Hello friends, welcome to our channel How I Learn Russian Language. This channel is created for helping students who are interested in learning Russian language. On this channel, the lessons are also developed with many simple examples for helping students. Our today's topic is accusative case in Russian language. Topic: many simple examples are given for explaining accusative case of nouns in Russian language and other uses of accusative case in Russian language. Now we will continue with Vijay for accusative case in Russian language. Please keep watching. Thank you.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel How I Learn Russian Language. In this video, I am sharing with you my experience when I learn accusative case of a noun in Russian language. Out of 6 cases, accusative is one of them. You know, already nominative case answers the question with to and shto. Similarly, this accusative case is also there, that will also answer some questions. So we'll see now what is this accusative case in this video. So accusative case of noun. In this accusative case, there are various aspects are there. Now the accusative case is used when the noun is used as a direct object of a transitive verb. Now in this case, which are the transitive verbs? Like here are the examples of transitive verbs: chitat, pisat, smatret, sushat, izuchat, chitat kniga. So for reading we have to have some book. So that is the transitive verb is chitat and the direct object is a book. So accusative case is used to talk about a noun which is a person or a thing to whom or which action is being done. Now this case is marks the direct object, that is the kniga or zapiska or lexia or auditoria. These such nouns are there, they are the direct objects. Nouns are considered as the direct objects. And the transitive verbs, like transitive verbs like chitat, pisat, smatret, kupit, paluchit. These some words are there which require direct object. These are the transitive verbs. In this way, it has a noun as a direct object, and when something is done to it, the accusative case comes into picture. Now there are various aspects of there depending on the noun. When the noun is singular, in plural, then there is a pronoun. Then nouns with adjectives also with their plural or singular, then also the case will vary. And accusative case is also used as a verb of motion. In the verb of motion, when the place where we are going, that noun also comes in the accusative case, like shkola, auditoria, lexia. So that place also comes in the accusative case. So in verbs of motion also accusative case is used. Now out of these various aspects, we will consider only these nouns in singular and singulars in masculine, feminine and neuter. All three genders we will consider in this video. Now in this accusative case is applicable only for the masculine animate and feminine and animate as well as inanimate nouns. For neuter gender nouns, this case is not applicable. Also for inanimate masculine nouns, this case is not applicable. So that is very simple. And which questions this accusative case answers, they are also given here. Shto is for inanimate, kavo is for animate, kuda is where, that is used in the verb of motion. Kuda vi idyote, where are you heading? Kakoe, kakava, kakuyu, these three things will come when there is an adjective is used along with the noun. And kakie and kakik, that will be in the plural form when the adjective is also used or only noun is also used. So kavo, kuda is for verbs of motion. Kakoe, kakava, kakuyu, this is for nouns with the adjectives, masculine, feminine, neuter. So this will answer the accusative case. And these are the transitive verbs which require the accusative case: chitat, pisat, smatret, lushat, izuchat, kupit, paluchit, paslat, vidyat, lubit, jhat and uchit. So similarly, if you say pisat, for writing we should have some note. If you are writing a note, zapiska, then zapiska will come in the accusative case. Ya pishu, zapis. Now what is happening in this accusative case, how the noun will decline, that we will see subsequently. Here I have some examples of accusative case. So this accusative case is applicable for nouns if it is a masculine and it is animate, the accusative case is applicable. For inanimate nouns, this case is not applicable. For feminine nouns, animate as well as inanimate nouns, this case is applicable. For neuter gender nouns, this case is not at all applicable. It is same as a nominative case. In masculine also, for inanimate objects, the accusative case is similar to the nominative case. And for feminine, animate as well as inanimate, this case is applicable. Now if a masculine noun say animate, say brat, then it will be applicable to brat, brata, student. Student is a masculine noun, so this is applicable for student. Brat is a masculine noun, so it is applicable for the brat. Prepadavatel is there, it is animate masculine noun, so that case will applicable to that noun. Then the feminine animate as well as inanimate. Suppose Kniga is there, which is a feminine inanimate noun. So this case is applicable to kniga. Then studyantka, animate feminine noun. So the case is applicable to that nouns also. For neuter gender nouns, this case is not applicable. Now we'll see the examples of accusative case, and you will come to know what is happening to the noun, what changes are happening to the noun. Please pay attention here. So here we will start with the examples of inanimate nouns. Now in case of inanimate nouns, the case is applicable only to feminine nouns. The masculine nouns and neuter nouns will not decline. So these are some examples where you can observe the feminine nouns are declining and how they are declining. Что читает студент? Студент читает роман, студент читает письмо, студент читает журнал, студент читает текст, студент читает газету, студент читает книгу. Now here in this case the roman, pismo, journal, text, these are all, this is roman is masculine, pismo is a neuter gender, journal is a masculine, text is a masculine. These are not declining. Only что читает student. The answer to that question is student читает газету. So газета is a feminine noun, so it has changed to газету. Similarly, student читает книгу. Now книга is a feminine noun, so it is declining to книгу. Student читает книгу. In this way, the feminine nouns will take the ending a will be replaced with the u and ya will be replaced with the u. Studialayet studianti, ani slushayut concert, ani slushayut muziku, studianti slushayut muziku. Now muzika has changed to muziku, ani slushayut lexiu. Now lexia, where it is ending with e and ya, so ya is replaced with the u. Here lexia has changed to lexiu. So ani idiat utram, utram ani idiat мясо, вечером ani idiat ribu. Now riba is a fish, so it's a feminine noun, so it is changing to ribu. Utram ani idiat kalbasu. Kalbasa is a feminine noun which is changing to kalbasu. Similarly, to on kupilo magazine. Now kupit is again a transitive verb. See here we have seen chitat, which is a transitive verb. Slushat, which is a transitive verb. Then to yes, to eat, transitive verb. Then we have here kupit. Kupit is again transitive verb. What we purchase, that also is a transitive, which goes in the accusative case. It is a transitive verb, and whatever you purchase, that comes in the accusative case. Now here we will see sto on kupilva magazine. What he purchased in this kupil is a past tense that we have already covered. On kupil va magazine ruchku. Now ruchka is a pen which has changed to ruchku as it's a feminine noun. Then on kupilo magazine knigu. Again the kniga has changed to knigu. On kupilo magazine bumagu. Bumaga is a paper, so bumaga has changed to bumagu. On kupilo magazine journal. Since journal is a masculine animate noun, it is not going to change. On kupilo magazine gazetu. Что вы пишете? What are you writing? Я пишу упражнение. Now упражнение, this exercise is in a neuter gender, so it is not going to change. Я пишу записку. Now записка is a note. Since it is ending with a, it's a feminine noun, so it will change to записку. Я пишу письмо. Письмо is a neuter noun, so it will not change. Я пишу письмо. It will remain same as it is. After reading these sentences, the answers to these questions: что он студент, что делает студент, что читает студент, что он купил магазине, что он делает. So this way we can say this is the declination. Riba is changing to ribu, kalbasa is changing to kalbasu, then gazeta is changing to gazetu, kniga is changing to knigu, muzika is changing to muziku, and lexia is changing to lexiu. So in this way, the feminine noun is taking the ending u and u, irrespective of it is an animate or inanimate. So this case is applicable for feminine nouns which are animate as well as inanimate. To mi izuchayem. What are you studying? Mi izuchayem literaturu. Literatura is literature. It has changed to literaturu. Mi izuchayem istoriu. Historia is a history which is changing with ya, so ya is changing to u. Filosofia. Philosophia is a philosophy. Filosofiu. Mi izuchayem filosofiu. Mi izuchayem biologiu. Biology. Biologio. I matematiku. Matematica is a mathematics. Что вы любите? What you love? Я люблю sport. Sport is a sport. Я люблю музыку. Okay, I love music. But when you love something, it goes into accusative case. So musica has changed to muziku. Я люблю оперу и кино. It is a feminine noun, so it is changing to оперу and я люблю оперу и кино. То мы делаем в почте. What you do in the post office? В почте. We have seen this. В почте is a prepositional case. В почте можно послать посылку и телеграмму. So посылка is a parcel and telegrama is a telegram. Okay, now it is not there, but earlier times the telegrams were there. В почте мы получаем открытку. Открытка is a card, so мы получаем открытку. Студент были в клубе, там они смотрели фильм. Мы были в библиотеке, там мы взяли книгу. Взяли книгу. There we carried our book. Взяли книгу. Книга has changed to книгу. Okay, we'll see further Now we'll see examples of animate nouns in accusative case. As far as animate nouns are concerned, the accusative case will answer the question kavo. We'll see the examples which are answering the kavo vi vidite, to whom you see. Ya viju brata. Vidit is to see. Kavo vi vidite, ya viju brata, ya viju sestru. Kavo vi jdote, whom are you waiting for? Ya jdu tibia, ya jdu tibia, ya jdu brata i sestru. Kavo vi jdote, ya jdu brata i sestru, ya jdru druga. Kavo vi встречаете в университете. Kavo vi встречаете в университете. В университете я встречаю друга. So here if you see, я вижу брата. The brat is the original in nominative. Brat is the noun which is a masculine singular noun which has changed to brata. Sestra is a feminine animate noun which is changed to sestru in accusative case. Ki, tui is a pronoun. Tui is a pronoun which is changing to tibia in accusative case. Similarly, drug. В университете я встречаю друга. I met a friend. Drug is a masculine animate noun which is changing to druga. Drug, druga. Brat, brata. Sistra, sistru. Tui, tibia. Drug, druga. So these are the changes from nominative to accusative case. Кого вы встречаете в университете? В университете я встречаю преподавателя. Кого он спрашивает вопрос? Он спрашивает вопрос студента и студентку. Вы знаете его сына и дочь? Да, я хорошо знаю его сына и дочь. Here, знаю, знат is also a transitive verb. Я хорошо знаю его сына и дочь. Кого вы ждете? Я жду мать. Кого ты не видел давно? To whom you have not seen since long? Я давно не видел мать и отца. Мать и отца родители. Я давно не видел родителей. That is what he wanted to say. But in accusative, я давно не видел мать и отца. Now what are the changes in this? In case of animate nouns in masculine and feminine genders, that we will see. Prepadavatel has changed to prepadavatelya. Here, this is prepadavatel is a masculine animate noun which has changed to prepadavatelya. The soft sign is replaced by ya. Similarly, кого он спрашивает вопрос? Он спрашивает вопрос студента и студентку. Вы знаете его сына и дочь? Да, я хорошо знаю ее. Кого вы ждете? Я жду мать. Кого ты не видел давно? Я давно не видел мать и отца. So this way, the animate nouns which are in masculine and feminine, they are changing. Prepadavatel has changed to prepadavatelya. Student has changed to studenta, and studentka has changed to studentku. Similarly, sin has changed to sina. Doch has remained as a doch, and mat is remained as a mat. That you have to remember. And then atyas. Atyas is a masculine noun animate which is changing to atsa. So in this case, the animate nouns in masculine nouns are taking the ending as a and feminine nouns are taking ending as a u and u. Finally, we will summarize the accusative case of noun in singular as explained in this chart. These are the nominative nouns, these are the accusative of that, and this is the ending. This case is applicable only for the masculine animate and feminine animate as well as inanimate nouns. It is not applicable to the neuter nouns. So here autobus will remain as autobus, kino will remain as a kino, journal will remain as a journal, prepadavatel which is masculine animate noun which is changed to prepadavatelya, then brat will change to brata, kniga will change to knigu, historia will change to historiu, lexia will change to lexiu, jenshina will change to jenshinu, sistra will change to sistru. So these are the kniga, historia, lexia, jenshina, sistra. These are the cases of feminine nouns, animate as well as inanimate. Kniga is inanimate noun, historia is inanimate noun, lexia is inanimate, jenshina and sistra are animate nouns. So these are the endings in prepadavatel is changing to prepadavatel. So and ya, these are the endings in accusative case for masculine animate nouns, and for feminine animate as well as inanimate nouns, u and eu are the endings of feminine nouns in accusative case singular. Subsequently, we will see all the other aspects of accusative case in plural, for adjectives, as a verb of motion, for pronoun. Everything we will see in accusative case. Keep watching my channel. Thanks for watching this video.